The following program is being brought to you on the Seventh Wave Network. For more information about our network and to check our additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit seventhwavenetwork.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Healing from the Heart with your host, Chris Chambers. Our focus in this series is to help you understand the energetic landscape within each of us. Energetic healing helps us release negative energies and limiting beliefs which prevent us from living life to the fullest. Chris is a healing practitioner who has helped many people connect with their heart and live their dream. Now, here is your host, Chris Chambers.
Good afternoon. This is Chris Chambers with Healing from the Heart on Voice America. Today, we're talking about your subconscious mind, the genius within you. So the question begs, what is the subconscious mind? I'd like to start off talking about the conscious mind. This is the one where we mostly live, where we're mostly preoccupied with. So the conscious mind is my sense of myself. It is what makes me Chris, what makes me different from other people. The conscious mind takes in information from around the world. It picks up the sensory information. It picks up the opinions of others, the beliefs of others through words, through language. The conscious mind is the decision maker. The conscious mind has the authority to choose what I do, because the conscious mind takes care of the action in my life. It controls the decision to move somewhere, to do something. The conscious mind is the planner. I work out a plan for something using my conscious mind. I organize things. It's also called the logical mind, the analyzer. It checks out what's going around me. I'm watching for danger through my conscious mind, through the senses. So all these things are what, we know this about the conscious mind. This is a little review. And the conscious mind can also be compared to the tip of an iceberg. So there's that 10% or so of an iceberg which floats above the water, and that is very good analogy for what the conscious mind is like in the world. It sees what's physically going on around. It perceives. Now, we'll talk now about what is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind would be like the bottom part of the iceberg, which is underwater, which is about 90%. Now, it happens that the conscious mind is about 10% of the whole mind, and the subconscious is 90%. So the analogy is very, very strong there. So the subconscious mind, like an iceberg underwater, is out of sight. But being 90% of the mind, it's also genius. It has so much access to information. All memories, beliefs, programs are in the subconscious mind. Everything that's happened to me in my whole life is a memory in the subconscious mind. Everything I've ever felt, everything I've ever heard or seen or touched rests in my subconscious mind as a memory. The energies, the trapped energies are also in the subconscious mind. This is what we talk about in energetic healing. This is why these things that are out of sight can do us so much harm, because they are out of sight and we're not aware of them. But they are happening. They are having an effect energetically under the radar. The other aspect of the subconscious mind is that it operates the systems that run my physical body. So if you think for a moment of all the operations that are going on in every moment, the blood circulating, the digestion's going on, the breathing, the lymphatic system, everything that's going on, the regeneration of cells, all this is happening without any conscious thought, monitored and run by the subconscious. So it has an incredible scope of activity to do and to think about and to manage. So this is another example of its genius. The subconscious also links to other subconscious minds. Carl Jung called that the collective subconscious. So this is where the concept of me as Chris, as a separate being, remains in the conscious mind, whereas my subconscious is aware of the whole pool of experience of all people, of all memory, of all emotion. So we're looking at a very, very broad pool of information and experience there. The subconscious receives information from the conscious mind and also from the collective subconscious. So it's getting two inputs there, and it has to make sense of them all. As a result, the subconscious sees the big picture about me. It sees more than my conscious mind does. My conscious mind may create a plan of action, but if it only takes into account the obvious physical aspects, my plan will quite possibly be incomplete, or I might have to really force it very hard to make it happen. When I work with the subconscious mind, however, I bring in so much more information available, so much more input. As I said, the subconscious is a genius. Where does inspiration come from? It comes from the subconscious. How about enthusiasm? From the subconscious. Enthusiasm really is the power of the heart, but it's resting in the subconscious mind. The ability to solve problems. One exercise that I like to do sometimes, if I'm having a problem, I will basically just send it over to the subconscious. I'll say, you know, I'd like you to work on this for a while because it's complicated, and I know that you have the big picture, so I'll leave it with you for a day or two, and I'll come back to you. And I actually take a note, and I do check back, and generally there is a beautiful solution that's all prepared for me. I didn't have to struggle for it. The subconscious worked on it in its spare time and got it together. I just had a case the other day where I couldn't remember someone's name, and I just did the same thing. I put it aside, and a day later I came back and I had the name exactly through the subconscious. It just was able to go to the library of information and find that information. So the subconscious can also be compared to a librarian going and finding the right book or the right file for the information that you need. Now the subconscious also responds to the conscious input. So if I'm sending negative input to the subconscious mind, it will accept it because the subconscious does not judge. And therefore, if I'm saying, well, I could never do math, the subconscious will take that as a true statement, and it will work accordingly. Okay, Chris is not good at math, so this is our reality now. So if this is our reality, well, we're not going to go there, and we're certainly not going to work in that area very hard because he's just not good at math, and that's, you know, we don't want to make him wrong. So the input, this is the importance of sending your subconscious good input, positive input, and it's very important in my work to help people become positive. So we're working energetically. I'm an energetic healer. We're working energetically to release negative energies, trapped emotions. And what we want to do is, in that space that's available now, we want to bring in positive input. We want to bring in positive statements and beliefs, and as well as positive emotions. And when the heart is open, that becomes easy, because the heart functions at a level of love. The heart's default position, you could say, is love. It can only be blocked. The heart cannot hate. It can only love or block from loving. Now, when a subconscious mind, someone's subconscious mind, is exposed to too much negativity from the conscious, it can become rebellious, stubborn, contrary, and even destructive. This is obvious among some people in our society that are like that. And all that is coming deep from the subconscious. It's been badly programmed and badly misled to be like that, because it is basically neutral. It does not judge. Remember that judgment happens at the level of the consciousness. So when we release the trapped energy from the subconscious, then we start to, and then we release the negative energy, and then we send it positive input. The subconscious then will work in a positive way, which is our goal in this work. Freeing the heart brings us the power of love and gives us the energy to create goodness. Now, one goal, a major goal today we're going to work on, is to bring some connection between your conscious and your subconscious. We're going to do an exercise that's going to bring harmony